Okay, so we've had some really good trail cam pictures of this 10-pointer in Velvet and a few days ago. So we went up to this ridgetop stand and I had an encounter with him the night before. So I passed him, I wasn't sure how big he was, thought about it, drew back on him, but I let back down, knew the buck was in the area. So I brought my wife, Lindsey. We brought her in the next morning, climbed up there, got up there nice and quiet. And she was excited. She's seen the cam pictures on the computer, so she knew this buck was in the area and she was ready to take action today. This is what happened. It's October 22nd. It's the afternoon. It's nice and cool. It's about 50 degrees. This morning we had a frost warning. It was 37, 34 degrees. And last night we went coyote hunting. Me and Jason crew. We were out there for about 5 hours. Got done at 4:30 this morning. Went home, showered, changed, and then came to the woods. So I was beat, so I wasn't able to take as much advantage of the woods this morning as possible. Stayed in here about 2 hours. Saw a really nice buck, about 150 yards across the field over there. Pushing some does. He wasn't running them, but he was checking them out. Unfortunately, I had to get down. I was super tired, so I got down, took a nap, we're back in the woods. Right now it's about 3:30, 4 o'clock. We've been in the woods about an hour and a half. So we're just gonna sit tight. We've had some decent activity. We've had a lot of rubs down on the field edges, so a lot of scrapes. So they're starting to warm up a little bit. So, see if we can entice one here this afternoon. Fling another arrow at him.
Sunday morning.
Okay.
It's about maybe like 40 degrees outside, 47 maybe. It feels about 30. I'm not made for this.
It doesn't have to be exact temperature. Okay. So we're getting ready to go up to our stands, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Had an encounter with that 10-pointer yesterday.
Yep, gonna get him today.
Hopefully, yeah. And if one of the bigger ones come in, I'm kicking you out of the stand and I'm gonna shoot it. So.
And I'm gonna be behind the camera, which I much prefer.
Instead of in front of. All right, let's get out there. So we were sitting in the stand. It's a perfect morning, nice and calm. A little warm, but we weren't too worried about it. We'd seen some pre-rut activity a little bit. So we were sitting in the stand, it's real nice and quiet, and all of a sudden we hear some stuff behind us. and I look over to my right, and 3 or 4 does just busted up on top of the ridge we were on, and this buck was right behind them. Look over to my left, my wife has no idea. She didn't know what it was, so I told her to get up, get her bow. And I had a lot of trouble getting her camera around because the does were looking up at us. But everything happened real quick. He came in nice and tight, 24 yards, and Lindsey put a shot on it.
Wait.
Nice shot, nice shot. Good shot, good shot.
Do you have the 2 smaller ones with her?
Yeah.
I thought that the one that came in from that outlet was the buck at first. Because she was behind them, and that's what he was chasing, but she circled around.
I cannot believe you just got a shot at that buck.
Is that the one you saw yesterday?
Yes.
I was like, first shot I've ever taken in the woods with my compound, and we've been in the stand an hour.
Yeah. We're just sitting here enjoying the morning, and we hear a commotion behind us. And there's the buck I had the encounter with last night. He's back here running does, snort wheezing, just bullying everybody around here. He came in here with 5 does. They're still over there along the field edge. And so I was watching this doe to my left, the mature doe. She was trying to bust us, so I was making sure that Lindsey didn't move when she didn't need to. And this buck was down here in the bottom. Well, he circled around. I didn't know it. The deer just ran in here, so it was really hard for me to get the camera situated without getting busted. But I don't know if I got her shot on film, but I'm going to review it here in a minute.
Well, looking for any type of blood or anything. We know she hit the deer. Not exactly sure how high of a shot it was, but we know she hit him. I think it was a good angle. Good angle for a long shot, but with the high shot and no exit, we know it's going to be a while before we find a blood trail. So we know where he crossed the field. We know he's probably batted up across there in that finger. So we're going to walk up there and then back out.
All right, well, unfortunately, we thought she made a really good shot, and unfortunately I wasn't able to zoom in on the deers the way everything happened. Trying to help her through the process, I wasn't able to get zoomed in on the deer, so reviewing the footage made it really difficult to see where her arrow hit. We were both 99 to 100% sure we saw her fletchings and her knock sticking out of the deer when it was running off. So we backed out, went back in a couple hours later, searched for this deer all afternoon till dark. Went back the next day, me and Clint went back the next day, searched for multiple hours, no blood, no arrow, no nothing. We just basically grid searching. And we thought the farmer found the deer. Wouldn't give us a really good location where the deer was, but he said he found a dead deer somewhere on the other side of the property. So we were bummed. My wife was real bummed. But thankfully, 2 weeks later, we got trail cam pictures of him. He's back on his feet. He looks healthy. He's not injured. So it may have just been a shoulder shot or just a high shot. We don't know, but he's healthy, and we're gonna get back on him. All right, well, that's it for this episode. We're gonna get back at it. Clint's tagged out. I've got 2 bucks to go. He can shoot a doe, but he's gonna wait. My wife, she still needs to fill her tag, and Leslie, Clint's wife, still needs to fill her tag. So we're gonna get back at it. Clint's gonna film for me a lot, and I'm gonna get my wife out and vice versa and all that fun stuff. So we gotta get on it. The deer are moving, rut's kicking in, so we're gonna get busy.